Yo, it's the Elohim, the Mellow Mystic, Lord Emmanuel, Chief of simonicanation, Spike a Star Seed, the wheat in the virgin's hand. And if you don't know, now you know. Check this out though. About to get into Module 3 of the Secure Party Mastery course from the Simonic and Mystery School of Spiker. You know what I mean? Showing you how to move into private as a secured party. You know what I mean? A lot of this is going to be redundant because we went through trust and estates in the sovereignty course and even in the right to travel course. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, it's good to be redundant when it comes to your life force. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna go ahead and pretty much just go read through the information. But I will say this: if you don't take control over your estate, the state will, and they have. They already have. You know what I mean? If you don't secure interest in your property, the state will, and they already have. You know what I'm saying? To move and operate in the private, you want to know about trusts, estates, and private titles. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we get ready to get into. Trust, estates, and private titles. So the purpose of this module is to teach how trusts and estates function as the backbone of commerce, governance, and asset protection, and how private parties may organize property, roles, and responsibilities without unnecessary public exposure, while remaining lawful and accountable. So this module builds structural literacy, not loopholes. You know, this ain't know how to get out of shit. This is how to deal with it privately. So we're gonna go into what a trust really is. Of course, it's gonna be redundant. We're gonna go through the roles, the grantor, the trustee, beneficiary. We're gonna go through estates, titles, and beneficial interests. And we're going to go through private administration and record keeping. Like I said in the previous video, private commerce is all about, pretty much about good record keeping. You know what I mean? So, lesson 3.1, what a trust really is. The objective is to understand or understand the trust as a relationship, not a document, and why nearly all modern institutions operate using trust principles. So a trust is a legal relationship where one party holds property for the benefit of another. Trust exists to manage assets, limit liability, ensure continuity, and define responsibility. Trusts predate governments and corporations and originate in equity, not statute. Core elements of every trust: intent or clear purpose, res or property, something of value, the trustee, the manager of the duties, the beneficiary, the one who benefits, and rules, the terms governing administration. If any one of these is missing, the trust fails. So Now we go into 3.2. The roles, the grantor, trustee, beneficiary, right? The objective is to understand fiduciary roles so you can assign, accept, or decline responsibility knowingly. So again, the key roles: grantor, or the settlor, creates the trust and contributes the property. The trustee manages the trust and owes fiduciary duties. The beneficiary receives benefit but does not control administration. The fiduciary duties of trustees are the duty of loyalty, the duty of care, the duty of accounting, and the duty to act in the best interest of the beneficiary. Trustees are personally liable for mismanagement. Now let's go into estates, titles, and beneficial interests. Here we learn the difference between ownership, control, and benefit. Key concepts. Estate is a collection of rights and interests, not just land. A collection of rights and interests, not just land. Legal title is administrative control, often held by trustees or institutions. Equitable slash beneficial interest, the right to benefit from the property. Why this matters? Most people use property they do not legally control. Trust structures allow separation of use, control, and risk. This separation is foundational to private asset protection. And now we go into private administration and record keeping. Here we learn how good records, not secrecy, protect private interests. The best practices: maintain a trust ledger, record contributions, distributions, trustee actions, and beneficiary notices. Use written resolutions for major decisions and separate personal and fiduciary actions clearly. Now, privacy is achieved through structure and discipline, not concealment. Privacy is achieved through structure and discipline, not concealment. So, again, some key terms: trust, a fiduciary relationship concerning property; estate, a bundle of rights and interests; legal title, authority to manage or administer; beneficial interest, right to enjoy benefits; fiduciary, one legally bound to act in another's interest; and res, the property of the trust. So that's module 3. Module 4 is going to go into private commerce, contracts, and ethical exchange. So we move from the structure to the day-to-day operation in commerce. So that's going to be in module 4. This is the Elohim, the Mellow Mystic, Lord Emmanuel, Chief of Simonicanation, Spike of Star Seed, the wheat in the virgin's hand. And if you don't know, now you know.